whole thing's going to sell the value of clean. And just to give you a quick foundation, where this all came from. When I was on a farm, I found out that everything was clean and orderly, whether the chicken pens or the corrals or anything, and things worked better. My locker at school and everything was always like clean. When I came out of the state, third my way through school, I started college training in 1953. It seemed like a good thing to do. Years later, I took it a step further. Brown, as I was just sitting. We put cleaning into a culture. We made something that no other clean company in the world did. We made it fun. We started doing books about it. We did seminars. We had hot bucket cherry races. Knievel jumped the canyon. Remember that? We didn't let that go. Arlo jumped 100 rolls of toilet paper on a hot bucket and went down the slide. Much more important on the face of the earth than clean. You know, clean mouth, clean heart, clean floor, clean bed, clean water. And so I said, I'm going to start a clean museum. And I saw one back and said, well, this is the first thing we went. Pick this up in a store in Logan, Utah for $240. This is the first part of the vacuum. We now have 400. In fact, one of them, as you'll see, one collection over here, we paid $300,000 for a vacuum collection. I want you to look to see something. We got it out of Boston. But this was the first one. That's the way it works. What better places where the whole varsity part of our company unique started, where our family is, where all of us went to school at you, all the principals, the presidents, CEOs, and school 3 blocks away. So we decided to do it. If you build it, they will come thing. And we know it's going to work exactly that way. So
I have sensors up here that when the sun comes in, they'll actually dim to 20%. So you won't even know it, but if it goes behind the cloud, they'll come back up to 70% and give you enough candle lights where you're working. But if the sun comes through the window, it comes up. These are some of the small things that we're doing on this design building. One of the things on a lathe, we're getting certified. So we get basically a little plaque on the outside of the building to say we did this. And when we first started, Toby said, well, let's just get certified. This will be easy. But half the stuff we already, you know, and I said, in the spirit of varsity or Don, you know, we don't want to just be certified, we want to be platinum. All that water that's what we consider gray water, if anybody goes camping, you know, the gray water is going to be stored there and pumped back in, so when you flush the toilet, that water will be reused and used as black water, as we call it. And what this will do is cut over 70% of our water consumption out of this building. The easiest thing is to put a bike rack and a shower inside the building, so if you would like to ride your bike to work, you have a place to take a shower and clean up, and there's some stuff easy like that. And then the other one is make our furnace 30% more efficient. Needless to say, that's a lot more expensive than the bike rack. The one thing with the rooftop garden, why we brought that in is we wanted to make a nice place for receptions or stuff like that. And one of the goals of this is to get rid of pavement, so when the rain comes down, it doesn't all run off and run into our storm, you know, sewer system, and we have to treat it and deal with it. So one of the reasons we're putting this rooftop garden on is we'll have 50% of our lot, less the footprint of the building, will all be green. We'll take water in the ground in the natural filtration system instead of putting it into our storm sewer.
The last couple of years, we've been on eBay. You know how much fun it is to win a bargain on eBay? Well, you should do it with somebody else's money. So we found some really great things on eBay, and my prize piece is over here. Jerry's got it displayed on high. It's this great vacuum that's in pristine condition. It's up in the attic of a nursery of a church, and it's been there for I don't know how many years, probably 80 years. And so that's how we get things for our museum. Besides donations, so many people have Don's Arlo, everybody in varsity looks for things in antique stores, and Don's friends bring us wonderful donations, and so that's what I do.
That's because of my husband's work. We've done a lot of traveling, and so I have a real appreciation, I think, for what goes into a museum and what this museum is going to need. And I've seen some world-class museums in many, many, many countries, and this is going to be amongst the best of the museums. Don wants to have it be first class, and he will see that it is first class. Beginning with Link's Platinum, which is unheard of even in the West, let alone in the state of Idaho. I think that shows his commitment to try to do something that's above and beyond it. And we're all able to participate in this any way we can. One of the things that he's doing, for those of you who came in this door, and if you didn't, if you came in this door, go out this door so you can see over in this direction, we have what's called the Kids World that's represented by this world here on this mock-up of the museum closely afterward. We're going to have 3 levels, and we're actually going to have 2 of the 3 levels represented inside the ark. We're going to have the clean and the unclean animals, and lots of displays. And you know, the world was cleansed, and that's what we're about. We're about showing appreciation for water, appreciation for cleansing. Yes. This actually, the ark will be big enough that adults can enter. The sinks surrounding a Roman fountain and beautiful toilets, little ones for little kids to sit on, their size to their sizes. That's so important. We always ignore the little kids. And then we're going to have a vanity where you can sit down and do your makeup touch or whatever you want to do. This is going to be such an amazing bathroom that on your way into work here in Pocatello, you will not want to use your company bathroom. You'll want to stop by the museum and use our bathroom on your way to work. It's going to be so fun. That'll be one of our highlights.
I've done quite a bit of exhibit manufacture. Most of it's shadow box, display work, a lot of signage. And it's a beautiful opportunity for me to work with Don because he's got a lot of great ideas. And it's just a lot of fun work.
When you look at this wagon, what you're looking at is the first vacuum ever invented, built in 1902 by a man who finally got the idea, you don't blow dirt, you suck it. And he created that very first vacuum, and it was so huge, you walk around to the other side of it, you're going to see it was so large it had to be pulled by 2 horses. And that is an authentic reproduction of the period of the wagon and everything. That is historically correct. And that is the first project that I managed to get done for Don. So as you walk around, there's going to be many other things. You'll see the Queen's porta potty, and Prima washers, pre-electric washers. And so if you have questions, ask any of us. And of course, if you ask me and I don't know the answer, I make it up. So
Never have thought that there is cleaning art. I had no idea until I got started with this project, but there's lots of it, and each one has its own story. And all of my life I've been familiar with the phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness. Some of the cleaning art shown here that I've recently acquired is a culture's representation of cleanliness is next to godliness. Egypt is well known for hieroglyphics, the paintings on the walls of the tombs of the pharaohs. And this painting is on papyrus. Oil lamp is centuries old. And olive oil was put into the center here. This wick draws the oil.
My goal is that we're going to pull this off. Because when somebody comes west, and they go to Yellowstone Park, they go to Kevin Square, they go to Grand Canyon, and do all those things people do, and they get back home, we can guarantee you, and they say, what was the best part trip? They're going to say, Pocatello, Idaho, in the museum. You're right. By the way, the guy taking the picture is Dr. Phillips. He's a friend of some university in Southern California. He's just retired. All right. Come to Janice.